I don't know what everybody's iTunes looks like these days. It seems like every day you go to Hollywood Unlock's Instagram, we got to take a new artist off the list. This week, for some of you, is the baby. Some of you may have already taken R. Kelly off because he's been in jail now for I don't even know how many days, fighting these allegations of child molest. Well, listen, there's a new allegation coming forward, and people are talking about it, and it's the sexual relationship that allegedly happened with a male teen. Now, federal prosecutors are claiming that they have this new evidence against R. Kelly, which includes an alleged sexual relationship with a 17-year-old boy that he met at a McDonald's in 2006. Why are y'all going to McDonald's and ruining the Happy Meal? Well, this wasn't a Happy Meal. This was something that prosecutors are now saying they need to ask permission from a judge in New York to present this new evidence against R. Kelly for crimes that he did not receive charges for, which include bribery and sexual abuse, for his pending trial. I don't know what to say. Trapped in a Closet was a song that a lot of us said the inspiration was drawn from somewhere. The video showed him hiding in a closet between a man and a woman. But now it may be that he was playing around at McDonald's with a young man.
Mm-hmm. You know what makes me really sad about this story? It's aside from the fact that there might be even more victims that we didn't know about, it's the response from folks who are like, oh, now I'm going to stop listening to Step in the Name of Love. Now I'm mad at R. Kelly. And I'm like, wait a minute. So the young women being abused wasn't enough. But now that it's young boys, it's giving me homophobia. It's making me feel like people who are defending R. Kelly, who have recently jumped off, actually hate like gay people more than they love black women, right? Because when it was young girls, we still want to listen to his music. But now that he might be a little gay, now that he might be abusing boys, suddenly they want to start canceling him. I'm giving everybody the side eye who it took all of this for them to finally see the light of day. That's suspect to me because the victims are victims, period, regardless.
And to clarify what you just said for anybody that may have missed it, him messing with a 17-year-old is not him being gay. So there's a two. Exactly. I don't want to conflate the two. Being gay and being a pedophile, although a lot of you try to put those two together, are very different situations. Now, I don't know R. Kelly to be gay. I've never heard those rumors before. This is new, and I'm not going to say that this allegation is a fact that happened. However, it is out there now. And so people are saying that this happened in a Chicago McDonald's and that the sexual abuse caused by Kelly and coercing him to have sex with other teens included another male and their teen girlfriends, while Kelly actually recorded the acts. Now, it's saying that it revealed that the prosecutors want to reveal this evidence that R. Kelly impregnated a then 15-year-old Aaliyah in 1994 when they were married, and then added that he wanted to prevent her from ever feeling the need to ever testify against him in court. So, we had K. Michelle here on the show where she actually talked about a lot of people that were around the situations at the time. I don't understand why more people besides R. Kelly are not on trial for these acts. I mean, it's one thing that we spent more time shaming people who are fans of his music, which I'm a fan of his music. He still has great music. We spend more time shaming the fans than we do identifying the people around R. Kelly that actually put those kids in harm's way. Why is that?
And that's probably how we're getting this newfound evidence, though. A lot of these people are trying to maybe, clear their conscience, get out of the way. Maybe some of these people are being brought up to trial and they're trying to throw R. Kelly under the bus more. And, when it comes to him messing with the young boy, I'm not surprised because in watching his story, he was abused by an older man. And, we've seen this time and time again, sometimes the abuser becomes the predator. So, I feel like that's how a lot of this newfound information is coming up. I think a lot of those people that were around helping R. Kelly are starting trying to throw him under the bus more and more because the heat is now coming down on them. And it's just not being mainstream.
They definitely had a financial incentive not to turn him in, but now that the jig is up and the money is gone and they might go to jail, now they have, I don't think it's a moral incentive because if you had a conscience, you would have stopped a long time ago. I think it's because they're trying to save themselves. I don't think it's noble at all, but it's helping the case though. R. Kelly is sick, guys. Like whether it's a young boy, a young girl, or whoever, he is very clearly sick. And I am concerned about anybody who still doesn't get it after all of this evidence. It's been 30 years of alleged acts. Like, come on.
Well, we saw the tape, so we know that it's true. But is it right to shame people who are fans of R. Kelly's music into not listening to his music because of the allegations? Is it fair?
I mean, you could do what you want to do. I kind of cringe when I hear his music, especially at an event where, somebody's putting it on for masses to dance to. I'm like, okay, you don't know if everybody's cool with this. I kind of side eye to DJ a lot. Like, come on, bro. Like, I get it. Y'all love Step in the Name of Love. There's other songs you can enjoy. This dude is abuser. I don't like it. Me personally, I don't really get down with it.
And I don't think being thoughtful is the same as shaming. So being thoughtful that this man has all these allegations and all these really horrible connotations to his name, and saying, hey, if I want to listen to his music privately, I'll do that privately, but let me not play it at a family reunion. I don't think that's shaming. That's just being thoughtful. And I think a lot of people are just selfish and not thoughtful. And so they only worry about how things affect them, and they don't worry about how it affects others. So to me, it's less about shame and more just about being a decent human who thinks about how other people might feel about things.
But are people, because people, like you said, this abuse, alleged abuse spanned over 30 years. Why are people just now waking up and wanting to cancel his music? Is it because cancel culture is prevalent? Is it because they don't want him to reap the benefits of streaming, so they don't want him to get any money? Is it shaming each other into following the cult that we should just ban R. Kelly music? Like, what is it now that makes shaming or wanting people not to play his music relevant when it wasn't relevant 20 years ago?
The answer is Dreamhampton. It's because of Dreamhampton being an amazing documentarian who dedicated years of her life to creating a case that the court system in Chicago wouldn't. So that's the answer. We might have heard rumors, but it wasn't until Dreamhampton came out with Surviving R. Kelly and literally got her facts straight and got people in the room who had seen things that we had enough of a compelling, cohesive story. So until Surviving R. Kelly, it wasn't a cohesive story. It was murmurings. And so she gave it shape. And I think that the Chicago court system should be ashamed of themselves, because it took a Black woman with a camera crew to do what they should have done a long time ago.
Yeah, but a lot of us that are a lot of us in the 40 group have seen the actual porno. Like, I remember people having the actual tape. So we saw it before the documentary, and even after the documentary, remember, there were R. Kelly female fans raising money for his bail, lining up outside the jail, demanding that he be released, while parents were on the other side of Chicago demanding that their kids be removed from a basement. Remember? So I'm just intrigued by where the energy is and how it just fluctuates as it relates to R. Kelly and his music. I'm
you're right.
1995 was a different time. We had Freaknik back then. It was a different time.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I can't lie and say that I hate R. Kelly music all of a sudden, because it's the same music we've been listening to for 20 years when we all knew what he was doing. You know, and I will say, even though I'm anti-cancel culture, I do love the fact that we do live in a time where these type of situations that have been happening for years are now being dealt with, and people are being held accountable. I don't think R. Kelly should ever get out of prison. I think that he should be convicted of what he's been charged with. We've seen it. But I also want to go a step further. I think the FBI, I think the DEA, the CIA, the Army, the Marines, everybody related to anybody with a badge should go and arrest all the parents and everybody's security assistants, everybody who booked flights, hotel rooms for these sleepovers. They should all go to prison. Robert Kelly should not be sitting in prison by himself. Period. Amen.